Hi everyone, let's see how we can solve this Hardy-Weinberg equation. For this question, it says that the incidence of AD, we haven't learned what AD is, so I have to read the introduction of the question, which says that arginase is an enzyme produced in liver cells. It breaks down arginine into urea and ornithine. A mutation in a gene called ARD1 can cause arginase deficiency. So AD is arginase deficiency, which can be fatal. The mutant allele is recessive. What I've learned from this sentence that the mutant allele of this gene is recessive. So recessive alleles represent the Q squared in this Hardy-Weinberg equation. And now let's see what we're required to get in this question. We have the incidence of arginase deficiency, which is 1 in 300,000, and the total population is this large number. Then 26,000 people would have arginase deficiency. The question is asking for how many people do not have a mutant allele for ARD1. So I'm only asking for the incidence of P squared in this question. What I have in my given data is the Q squared, which is the Q squared, which is the incidence of arginase deficiency, 1 in 300,000. So first of all, I need to get the Q. I have the Q squared, which is 1 in 300,000. So if I want to get the Q is going to be square of this fraction, which using the calculator will be this value, 0.0018. You can add other decimals since this is not my final answer for more accuracy in the final result. After getting the Q, I have another side formula to use, which is that P plus Q equals 1. So if I have Q with the value of this number, then P equals this value stands for P. But remember that the incidence of P is not just P, it's P squared. So in order to get P squared, I'm going to simply get this number and use power 2, which equals 0.996. And this value is enough. This number of decimal places is enough for my question. In order to get the fraction or the incidence of this population that doesn't have the mutant allele, I can get this number and multiply it by this proportion of P squared. So the total number, which is 7,800,000,000 times 0.996, it's gonna give me the final answer. And as you can see, this is the final answer. You can write it in standard form or the same way it is, there is no problem. And that's it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you found it useful.